Hi, I'm Jason Snell. I'm the editorial director at Macworld, and today I'm going to show you about syncing your iPhone with more than one computer. They say it can't be done, or at least I'm hearing that they say it can't be done, but it is being done on my iPhone right here. So let me show you. We're going to start by going back in time with me and this iPhone at my house. So take it away, me! Here I am in my home office, and I've got my iPhone, and we're going to plug it in and sync photos. So the monkey phone attaches and a sync begins. If you look at the top of the iTunes window, not going to be a long sync because all the photos are already on there. It says syncing photos, and we're done. If you click, you'll see Info tab, nothing's checked. Music tab, nothing's checked. Photos tab is checked, and several albums are checked. So it's going to sync that. Podcast, nothing. Video, nothing. On to the next one. All right, now we're in my closet where I've got Mac Mini as a music server. And we're going to use that to sync music and videos to my iPhone. I keep all my music and videos on this system, as you can see from the 46 gigabytes of data on it. And now we've attached the phone and it's syncing. And you look, info box, nothing checked. Music, sync music is checked. Selected playlists are going to sync to this iPhone from this server. Under photos, nothing checked, so it's going to leave the photos alone. Podcasts, nothing checked, should leave them alone. And TV shows, syncing all in certain playlists, specifically the iPhone playlist for my video. And the sync is done, but with one catch. If we go back to the iPhone and tap on the iPod, we'll see no podcasts are here on my iPhone. Okay, so let's recap what's just happened. I took my iPhone home, I plugged it into a G5, and it synced just photos with my G5. Then I unhooked it, plugged it into my Mac Mini, it synced videos and music with the Mac Mini. But when I was done with that process, we found no podcasts. My podcast has been wiped from the iPhone. So my last task is going to be, here at work, I'm going to attach my iPhone to my MacBook, and it's going to sync info, which is contacts, calendars, and bookmarks. And it's also going to sync podcasts and replace the podcasts that were wiped when I sync the audio and video. So let's do that now. I'm going to plug in my iPhone, and let's see what happens. Here on my MacBook is where I've got my podcast subscriptions. The sync is going to begin, and you'll see that first it's going to sync the contents of the Info tab, contacts, calendars, bookmarks, and it's going to do all that on this system. Those boxes are checked. No music is checked. No photos are checked. Podcasts, I've got specific podcasts checked, and video, nothing checked there. So now the sync is continuing. After it's done syncing bookmarks, it's going to move on and it's going to sync my podcasts. And what it's going to have to do is copy all my podcasts back to my iPhone because of this bug where if you're syncing audio and video on a different system from podcasts, the audio and video sync deletes your podcast. So it's kind of a pain, but I just have to remember that after I do a music and video sync, I have to go back and copy my podcast, or I will be podcastless, and nobody wants that. So what have we learned? We've learned that if you've got your stuff stashed on different Macs or even different Macs and PCs, you can get it all on the iPhone with some caveats. You can't do music on a different system than you do video, but you can do info on one system, music and video on another system, and you can even throw in podcasts, although if you store your podcasts on a different system than your music and video, you're going to have to go through this process of it getting wiped out and then being resynced, but it works. And photos can be on a different system too, which is pretty exciting because my photo system is not my music system, is not my system that has my address book and calendar on it. So in the end, it all works out. It's a little bit weird. Hopefully Apple will address this and make it a little simpler as we go along with the iPhone. But for now, the fact is I've got my iPhone here, and when I look at it, there's my photo library. My photo library contains stuff from my G5. I tap over onto the iPod, and we get a list of artists. Those are artists from my Mac Mini, and I tap on podcasts. Those podcasts are from my MacBook, and when I move over to calendar and I look at my calendar stuff, it's all calendar stuff from my MacBook. So 3 computers, 1 iPhone. It works with some quirks, but it works. Thanks for watching Macworld Video. I'm Jason Snell. We'll see you next time.